What's up, YouTube? Today's video topic, I'm gonna talk about the bullshit of this world and like how corrupt it is and like how pissed off and fed up I am and like how our own fucking creator, right? God, our creator, how he's kind of a coward and he's very corrupted. He or she, whatever that thing is. I'm talking about the Most High, our creator, not religious gods or anything. I'm talking about our actual creator. There has to be a creator. I personally believe that. You don't have to believe it. I personally believe there's a fucking creator, right? That created all this shit. I feel like there's either one powerful being or multiple beings that's responsible for creating humans and creating other life forms and beings in this world and creating this fucking earth, right? And they watch over us. I believe that. I believe in the afterlife. I believe in all that shit, right? And this video is gonna be about how much I think these higher beings that created us, or one specific being, God, creator, whoever the fuck, is a fucking coward, and how very abusive and corrupt that being is. So let me get started, right? And I'm also gonna talk about money, how money really is bullshit, how money is evil, and like the society is all fucked up, right? So let's get to it. So I'm gonna start off with money, right? You could be the most richest man in the world, right? You could control everything, you could buy anything, you could travel wherever and whenever you want, right? No one tells you what to do, this and that, right? You have money, you can eat all the types of foods you want, you can go to places wherever you want, you can meet different types of people wherever you want, right? As soon as you get robbed, as soon as the system collapsed, the government system collapsed, the money system collapsed, then what? That rich person's not gonna have enough money. I'm talking about investing all of his stocks, all of his businesses. Imagine all that shit's collapsed, right? Then what? We're all defined by money. I don't care what people say. We're defined by money. Money does define us. You can deny it all you want, it does. People, fuck, man. Look at divorces. Parents divorces because of money most of the times. That's one of the main problems too. Lack of money, they'll divorce. You can't have a certain type of female, or if you're a female, you can't have a certain type of man without fucking money. Without money, you ain't shit. It's just, you know how ridiculous that sounds though? So you're born, right? As a pure fucking baby. Your caregivers feed you, bathe you, watch over you. And then once you get older, you gotta work for money? What the fuck? Like, and then there's bad parenting too. Most parents don't teach you shit about this world. They don't know what the fuck, how this world operates. They don't know how corrupt the world is. They don't know about different beings that lives in this world that's watching over us and fucking us over. Most parents don't know about like how you can find information or the resources on YouTube channels, figuring out how corrupt this world is. Most parents don't know how. Most families are dysfunctional. Go on YouTube. A lot of people are born into dysfunctional families. I came from a very dysfunctional family. My family didn't teach me how to drive. They didn't teach me about how rent and mortgages, how to save for credit. None of my family members ever taught me about that shit. They're very animalistic. They're very stupid. They don't think properly. And this is one of the reasons why I had to move out away from them. And I cut most of them off. Like, yeah, I cut all of them off. I don't fucking need them. They're fucking retarded. They don't know what they're doing. And there's a lot of violence from that family I came from. So all this shit I've had to learn, like adulting growing up, I had to learn that shit on my own. I had to learn how to drive on my own. I had to learn how to get a license on my own. Shit, I didn't even know what a state ID or a social security card was. My parents never taught me shit. They're fucking stupid. And most parents are like this in today's society. Y'all keep having kids for no fucking reason. And you parents are one of the reasons why this world's gonna have its downfall. Because these same fucking parents are the reasons why this world's going to shit. Yes, there's corruption. Yes, there's people in power that's fucking us over. But more so, it's also these parents and these family systems that's reproducing children and bringing children into this world, and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're retarded. They keep having kids by accident. They can't fucking control themselves. and they create more bad cycles and bad habits, and they produce more bastard children. They produce more. I want to say bastard children. I take that back because it's not the children's fault at all. It's not people that were born. It's not their fault at all. They're fucking victims. It's the parents, their caregivers. It's their fucking fault for fucking people over. Shit. They don't even know how this world is. They don't know how corrupt the world is. They don't even know how to teach their kids. They don't know what to teach their kids. Teach them how to fucking drive. Teach them about the money system. Teach them how evil and corrupt this world is. Teach them about how corrupt the school system is. Teach them about debt. Teach them about how school is expensive and just scam. Teach them about real life skills, real life shit. Stop putting these fucking school society systems and just expect them to do everything for you. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not talking about all parents, but I'm talking about most parents. I don't know why you're middle class and have kids. Unless you even know what you're doing, unless if you know you're very loving, unless you really have a lot of confidence in yourself, if you know your partner is really loving, then yeah, go ahead and have a kid. But if you know you're not sure, stop having kids, because y'all are the main reasons why this world's going to shit too. Just so you know. But again, I'm not speaking every parents, okay? I'm not speaking everyone. I'm speaking most of them, but not all of them. There are good parents out there. I don't care. Actually, take that back. I don't care what class you're in, middle, poor, whatever the fuck. As long as you know what you're doing, go ahead, have kids. If you have a plan, go ahead. But if you don't know what you're doing, if you're hesitant, stop having kids. For real, stop. Just stop. You're just as corrupted as these higher powers that's fucking people over. But yeah. Anyways, like, money really does define you. It really is bullshit, because it's like we work for so many fucking hours, right? We do so much. We sacrifice our bodies. We tire our bodies out, right? Just for fucking paper, right? And we don't even get paid a lot of money either. We get paid minimum amounts of money, bro. We're slaves. Just like how they're slaves back then. It's no different. We're slaves now, except, yeah, it's the same shit pretty much. How the fuck? If money's not evil, right? If money is so good, then why do we have homeless people? Why do we have people living on the streets? Why do we have people that don't even have access to clean food and water? Why do we have people? Why is there still third world countries? Why are there still wars going on? Why is there still battles going on? Why are people still fighting all the time? It makes no sense, right? If money is good, right? Money's so nice. And I understand what you guys are saying, like, oh, money's not evil, it's the people controlling the money. Well, guess what? Money's still evil, because it still has that much power and effect. If certain shit has a lot of power over us, good or bad, it's still considered evil. Because as just much power it has in a good way, it can so easily turn into a bad thing, and turn into a fucking bad thing, depending who's in control now. So pretty much money can get you killed in a way. It does, actually. When you don't have enough money, if you don't pay that rent, you're going to be kicked out the house. You're going to be forced to live outside. You don't have enough money, you're not going to eat. You're not going to survive. You're forced to live in the street. You're going to have bad hygiene. You're going to be sick. If you don't have enough money, you're not going to feed your kids. Your kids are going to die. You could go to prison for not paying child support, this and that. But the money system is very good, right? It's not evil at all. It's very beautiful. The money system is not evil at all, right? Money divides us. We have a middle class, we have a lower class, poor class, and we have a high class. I forgot what it's called. Middle class, upper. Yeah, we have an upper class. But money's good, right? Even though it separates us, it divides us and shit. Just the fact that, like, you could, without money, right? Think about it. If money never existed, we could travel around the world and we can meet our preferred friends and romantic interests that we want to meet at our own interests. But no, we're controlled. We're very limited. We can only meet a certain amount of people. We can only explore certain parts of the world. And we can only meet certain potential romantic partners because of money. It controls us. We can't do shit without money. Can't eat food without fucking money, bro. You can't put clothes on your back, on your body without money. And fuck. We gotta learn about credit. We gotta learn about how to pay a mortgage. We gotta learn about interest. We gotta learn how to pay our own car bills. We gotta learn how to fucking pay our own house bills, apartment bills, car payment bills. We gotta learn how to pay for tickets, going to court. We gotta learn all this shit about taxes. We gotta learn about all this shit for what? All this weird bullshit, man. We're the only species that does this shit, man. What the fuck? Makes no sense. We're the only species that does this type of shit. That makes no fucking sense. You see animals doing this shit. You see shit. Probably other alien beings don't even do this shit, man. Damn. Fucking retarded, bro. Like, if you really think about it, it makes no sense. And what's really fucked up is that, like, people, me myself included, we work so hard at our jobs, right? We sacrifice a lot just to earn a little pay, and then once we get robbed or we get scammed, since there's scammers everywhere and there's fucking people robbing people left and right everywhere because the money system is unbalanced as fuck. It's unbalanced, and it's causing people to rob other people, sadly, unfortunately, and it just fucks everything up. It's an imbalance. You can work so hard for your money, right? You get robbed, you get scammed, and or even credit. Let's say you're trying to cancel a credit card, right? But then you don't even remember that you still got to pay for that credit card, and next thing you know, you owe more money. Now you're more in debt. Just the fact that shit like this could happen. You could lose all your money at any given moment. What if someone robs a bank? What if someone hacks to like a fucking internet computer system where now they're able to hack into our fucking debit cards and shit electronically online? Now all of our money's gone. Then what? What if there's like a natural disaster, like a hurricane or tornado or a huge ass earthquake or a fucking volcano, right? Or a mass shooting, and now your house is all fucking destroyed from these wild fires, from these car crashes and shit. So someone burned your house down. Now what? All the shit you worked extremely hard for, you paid for, gone in an instant. I'm not sure how it works when you lose your own house due to like a natural disaster, but like a tornado. But most likely, you still got to pay a lot of money back, or you got to make more money now. You see this type of shit, man. I don't know how the fuck we even ended up in this timeline, and this is why I believe our Creator, our God, is very fucking evil. Let's be real. It's not that hard to tell that people in the government, people that's controlling society, these higher ups, these elites, obviously we all know they're evil. Yes, they're corrupted. There's some really petty, shady shit going on behind the scenes in the government and power. We all know that. There's information all over YouTube. If you don't know that, I suggest doing your research because you need to know now. I'm not saying be worried, or I'm not trying to draw any fear, but there's a lot of corruption and bullshit that's taking place. It's going on for a very long time, and it's getting worse. It's getting worse, but it's always been like that. But like, I'm just fed up. That's why I'm making this video. I'm very fucking fed up because this shit makes no sense. It makes no sense. But I personally do believe there is a spiritual corruption as well. People may say it's the devil or the demiurge or Satan, which is true. I do believe there are demonic entities at play fucking us over, fucking human beings over. I do believe that. That is true. I do believe there are evil beings like demons, aliens, other different beings that don't like us, that wants to control us and dominate us. And they're taking part in fucking up our society. I do believe in that. They're known as the reptilians, gray aliens, fucking ghosts, spirits, demonic entities, demons. The devil was saying, yes, all this shit, I personally believe is real. All this shit is real. There's proof, information all over YouTube. Just look it up. There's movies too. Go watch The Fourth Kind. Go watch The Possession of Emily Rose. Go watch these types of movies, and they're all based on the true story. It's not that hard, man. And there's YouTube videos as well. Not all of them, not all these people have good intentions, but most of them are speaking facts. You just got to do research, which I've already sent the links down in my last video. Make sure you check that out and check down the links. I sent spiritual links where you guys could study and watch and figure out your own conclusion on why this world is so fucked up. But where was I? Where was I? But yes, I do believe in like an afterlife. Even though a lot of evilness is taking place, all the evil beings are fucking us over. I do believe there's a quote unquote good side. Like I'm talking about the heaven realm, like angels, our ancestors, God, Jesus, all these beings, right? I do believe they're at fault too. You know why? Because just the fact that they're watching and allowing all this shit to happen, even before this timeline, is it's been going along for like years, months, not years, centuries. Just the beginning of time, just the beginning of human mankind. God, the creator, they just sit there and watch. They're like an abusive father. They use human beings as a scapegoat to go through so much torment and pain and bullshit. Look how animals live. Look how the wildlife is. Look how it is in wildlife. They eat each other. They torment each other. They gang up and fuck each other up because it's natural that way. God created that way, which is very fucked up. Imagine incarnating as a fucking animal or as a deer. Imagine you passed away, right? In your next lifetime, you're a deer and you're getting chased by a fucking crocodile or by a lion, right? And bam, they got you. Now they're eating you alive. Would you want to experience that? Would you like to experience all the pain, getting eaten alive, and being helpless? No, you wouldn't, huh? Yeah, me neither. Yeah, because it's fucking crazy, right? God and the creator, they seem very psychopathic and narcissistic. And I feel like a lot of people in the spiritual community don't really talk about it as much. Now, I understand I don't have all the answers. We don't have all the answers. We don't have proof. But what I am saying is that, like, if God is real, if there is a creator, just the fact that they allow all this shit to happen, it says a lot about who the fuck they are and what they're about. I understand God works in mysterious ways. I understand a lot of people say living in this world is a test. It's about your faith. According to the Bible, you gotta have faith. The devil may tempt you, Satan may tempt you from this world so you cannot believe in God, so you cannot rely on God. I understand how the Bible works. I understand how spiritual and religious beliefs are. I'm not saying it's wrong either. Could be right. But what I am saying, if that's the case, but still though, like just the fact that God still allows this shit to happen, is again, this is my opinion. It's very unnecessary. It's very unfortunate. It's very petty, and it's just like at this point, it's getting ridiculous. Like you've been allowing all this corruption to happen for so long. You know what I'm saying? It's not right. It's really not right. And as human beings, we need answers, but it's hard to find these answers. I understand you can use your intuition, you can watch videos, this and that, which is fine. That's what I do, but like it's still like it's crazy, you know. But just the fact that our God and our Creator is allowing all this shit to happen for so long, like what are they doing? Are they just watching? Are they having fun? They're like, haha, yeah, you guys are suffering. Yes, money's fucking you guys over. This and that. Haha, like, come on, man. It's been going on for years. Because have you ever noticed? Like, okay, I'm using an example. I'm using tarot reading. If you're not familiar with tarot reading, go do your research. I'm telling you, it's 2022. Y'all should know about this shit by now. Y'all should know about all these spiritual shit. It's out there. Do your research, man. But I don't blame you if you don't know any of this shit because, like, y'all probably have no free time because this fucked up society in this world is taking all you guys' precious time pretty much. And that's another thing, too. Despite all this shit happening, right? Despite us being controlled by money, despite us being fucked over, screwed over by money, by society, other beings most likely taking part in our suffering. Not only that, but time is speeding up. Why is it that time is speeding up? People in the spiritual community may say that the reason why time is speeding up is so like this society could collapse, and that a lot of evil shit could go away pretty much, and that yeah, because the society is not working out, so that's why in this realm time is just gonna speed up, so everything could be gone, be wiped out pretty much. So, but what I'm saying is that like, why would God do that? Because you're gonna add more stress, you're gonna add more chaos, you're gonna add more destruction in this world, bro. Why would you speed up time like that? Well, we're already going through some bullshit. God, he's almighty, right? He's all powerful, all knowing and shit, right? Which is fine, but at the same time, why would you? Out of all the options, right? You could control anything. You could manipulate time. You can manipulate people, this world, this realm. You can manipulate anything, right? To work to your advantage, right? So why would you speed up time to fuck people over? You're just fucking people over more. Why can't you just instead create a situation where you can manipulate, where you can remove all the people in power that's fucking us over away from this realm, kill them off, or make them get the fuck out the way from us, so we can live our lives very freely, prosperly, and abundantly, without no type of corruption, you know what I'm saying, or violence. But God doesn't do that. God clearly sees that we're being controlled by money, that we're being very limited by money. God sees that we're all suffering. God sees that there's poor people. God sees that there's animals getting tortured. God sees that like there's homeless people. God sees that like there's human trafficking going on. There's people getting kidnapped. There's human sacrifices taking place. People getting raped. People being wrongfully accused of going to jail and prison. People getting fucked over by the money system, by the divorce system. God sees that, right? And God is just like, let me decide to speed up time so I can make people more stressed out, so I can make this world become much of a burden. Like, what the fuck? Like, it makes no logical sense. And I get it. People say God works in mysterious ways. God is very logical, this and that. But what I'm saying is that like, it's retarded. Like, it's very evil. Someone said that God is like an abusive father. It's like an absent abusive father, very dismissive about it, and he uses human beings as his scapegoats. And I believe that. That's very fucking true. Regardless of how good, almighty he is, he or she, whatever the fuck that thing is, just the fact that our Creator allows all this shit to happen, it shows how fucked up he is. That being is, for real, like. It doesn't matter how much money you make at any given time, all that money can be taken away from you. And bam. See, that's how you know money is bullshit. That's how you know money is evil, right? And I'm not against people making money. I have to make money. I love making money. The more money you make, the more chance you're at surviving. And that's how you know we live in a fucked up world, bro. We're all in competition with each other. We're all in a fucking rat race. This shit makes no sense. You're born in the world, right? You're a baby, right? Of course, you don't have. Of course, when you're a baby, you're not old enough to work for money. Of course, you're not old enough to like be a slave for money, to be obedient to the fucking system, beast ass system we're living in. Of course, so you don't know any better. So let's say you're raised by good parents, right? The average parent, like they just feed you, bathe you, give you water, clothe you, this and that, right? Then when you get older, you gotta work for money so you could survive. If you don't, then you're not gonna survive. You know how fucking crazy that is? Makes no sense. Hang on 1 second. I thought someone knocked on my door, but you know how crazy that is, right? Just to do all that shit, and it makes you think like, what the fuck? Like that shit it's ridiculous, right? Like, why would you sacrifice your time working that much hours to get paid little amounts of money? You're pretty much wasting most of your life because you can't even travel around the world. You can't even meet the types of people you want to meet. You can't even expand your horizons. You can't even you can't even get a vehicle. You can't even travel around your even local area because the jobs, most jobs you work at, they don't pay you much, and you're working so much hours, so you can't even enjoy yourself. You can't even have time to explore time. I mean, to explore this world. And on top of that, time is speeding up. So what the fuck is the point? Time speeds up every year, every day. Time is speeding up. If you're not aware of that, well, there you go. Yes, time is speeding up. No, it's not because you're going older. It's not because the older you get, time speeds up more. No, it's because time really is speeding the fuck up. I made a lot of videos about time speeding up. I made like 6 parts. It's a 6-part series to this shit. It's ridiculous, man. It's fucking crazy. Queen Elizabeth died, right? I don't know too much about her. I don't know if she was good or bad. I've heard in the spiritual community that Queen Elizabeth is supposedly evil, right? She's part of like Vladimir Putin, his coward ass, want to take over fucking Ukraine. I'm not going to it because I don't know too much about wars. I'm gonna stay off of that. But you see Queen Elizabeth, right? But look at, see, I'm telling you, I could be saying some bullshit, but like you hear theories about reptilians, right? About alien beings, reptilians, these lizard beings, right? Look at Queen Elizabeth. Look at her. Look at her images. Doesn't she look like a fucking reptilian? She looks like a fucking alien being. She doesn't look normal. How the fuck is she able to live that long? She looks very evil. She looks very angry and mad. You see her eyes, bro? Her eyes don't look like human eyes. Her eyes look like reptilian eyes. Her eyes look very demonic. I don't know if these photos are photoshopped or fake, but like I always look into her I always look like pictures of her face, and I look into her eyes, and like it looks very evil. Her eyes, she looks like she has like reptilian eyes or some shit. She could be a fucking reptilian in fucking disguise. Supposedly Vladimir Putin is a reptilian too, which makes sense. You see how corrupt they are. You see how they're taking over innocent countries and shit. It's fucking crazy. Isn't it crazy how like you see wars like Ukraine, Russia, right? You see all these videos of people dying off, and I've seen some crazy videos too where people are getting captured in prison and they're fucking torturing them or stabbing them alive and shit. I've seen videos of that, and I'm thinking like people getting like bombed and destroyed. It was crazy, and you see those videos, right? And I'm not saying who's evil, who's not, who's right or wrong in these wars, but I'm saying despite all of that, you see behind the scenes, you see like at the end of the day, it's just people or a group of people, maybe one person like Vladimir Putin, the Ukraine guy, president, whatever the government, whatever his name is, Uzensky. You see these 2 people, they're individuals, but they're normal people. They have suits on. They don't look very athletic. They don't look like they could run as much as compared to an average soldier. They don't look like they could lift as much weights. And these people are pretty much responsible for wars going on. I take that back. Okay, I'm not trying to talk shit about the Ukraine president, Zelensky, because I don't know nothing about it. I take that back. I'm sorry. My apologies. That was my fault. I gotta watch what I say on video, but I'm not talking about him. I guess I'll talk about Vladimir Putin because I guess from my understanding, he's the one that started this war in the first place. I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't like getting into that. But okay, I take all that back. But what I'm saying is that like you see where I'm trying to get at. All these wars taking place, right? But the people that are responsible for it, they're just regular people. They're not fucking alien beings. They're not God. They're not Jesus. They're not the creator. They're just regular people, average looking people. They're old people. They're like late 50s, late 40s. They have wrinkles and shit. But yeah, it's crazy how much they have. It's crazy how these specific people are the cause of wars going on. These politicians and shit. as a whole community, as a whole collective, we could wipe these mother. I'm talking about the corrupt ones. I don't know who the corrupt ones are, but like, man. But as a whole collective, we're technically more powerful than these people are. We should be making decisions. We should be calling the shots. No, I don't have the right answers, but you see what I'm getting at? Like, how the hell do we have a few amount of people that are responsible for wars taking place, that have that much power to influence a lot of people to go to battles and wars? That makes no sense. I never understood that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes no sense. It's ridiculous, man. I don't get it. But it's annoying, you know. I feel like God and the Creator. I feel like our Creator is a coward in a way, because like God, He just watches all this corruption to take place, all these sufferings, killings, and He just watches and just like, oh, let me speed up time so I could cause more stress to you guys. Yeah, it's been going on for centuries and years, but as long as you have faith in me, then you're okay. Haha, you'll go to heaven. You see people committing suicide. You see people so done with this world. You see people. It just makes no sense. I remember someone told me that like one of the purpose of this realm, despite it being very hellish, is the fact that one of the reasons why we're in this world, we're experiencing the things we're experiencing, is so it's like a test in a way to see if we can actually you see how much faith we have in God and the Creator, which is cool. I understand, but at the same time, it's like no, like I feel like God is really pushing it too far in a way. Just the fact that God's not doing shit, that shows how corrupt He is. Because it's like, and if I'm saying He, if I'm referring to our Creator as He, please ignore it, because I'm so used to like talking to guys and referring to guys. So I'm saying He, so that's what I'm saying. I have nothing against males or females. You know what I'm saying? But just if I'm saying He, just ignore it. But yeah, I feel like He's taking shit too far. He's allowing a lot of bullshit to happen for such a long time. And think about it. You see these past human histories. We know nothing about what's taking place in our past human histories leading up to this point. We don't even know there's other beings living amongst us. We don't even know what's out there, these other galaxies. What? That's all we know. The moon, Mars, Venus, all these planets. That's it. How do we not know? Is there more life in space? Is there more planets out over space? Why am I stuttering? Fuck. Are there more planets outer space? Are there more life forms outer space? Are there more beings outer space? How do we not know this, right? How come God is not giving us the information or the technology we need? In a way, human beings, we're kind of useless in a way. Like we kind of ain't shit, because like we don't even have the technology to even travel outer space and shit. What, the moon? That's it. And even then, people may say the moon was a hoax. Landing on the moon was a hoax. But you see how limited God makes us? How the fuck is God going to create us, right? And give us no type of technology to help us out? Then what's the point of creating outer space then? If we're not even allowed to go out there and explore and even survive? You go out of space and your head will explode because you'll die from lack of oxygen. Why would God create something like that? What's the purpose of creating outer space? You see how weird God is? You see how fucked up and psychopathic our Creator is? God keeps us very confused and stuck in life. Yeah, this shit's crazy. Why is it that certain human beings, I understand we're all unique, we all have our talents and gifts, that's fine. But why is it that like certain human beings have psychic abilities, some don't? Some human beings can see certain entities like ghosts and spirits, but some can't. Why is it that some human beings have the knowledge to invent certain shit like technology that will last forever, like you see Albert Einstein? Why is it that we all have certain type of knowledges? Why can't we all have like abundance and max knowledges, you know? But no, God keeps us limited. I feel like God only gives us a certain amount of knowledge and wisdom and and power pretty much. I don't mean power in a bad way. I mean power in a good way, where like we have the knowledge to make this world a better place. God doesn't do that. He doesn't. It makes no sense, man. You see people going to prison. You see people getting wrongfully accused. You see a lot of divorce rates coming up. You see people having kids by accident, these abortions, this and that. I'm not, and with abortions, I'm not against it or I'm not with it. It is what it is. I'm not really, I don't have a side to it because I understand from both sides. But I feel like if you're not gonna have a fucking kid, then control yourself. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, and people do have kids. I don't blame them in a way because this world is so shallow and fucked up and corrupted. They don't promote healthy shit. When was the last time you seen a healthy commercial? When was the last time you seen a commercial that promotes eating healthy, doing the right thing, having integrity, having morals? No, barely. Like 0.1% does that. The rest, it just promotes unhealthy shit and shit you don't even need. Most likely people having kids because like, and having kids by accident is because this world is so shallow. You can't even travel around the world. You can't even meet different people around the world. If you're in the USA, if you never traveled, you have no idea how other worlds are in Europe. I don't either. And that's a huge problem. We should be able to know how worlds are. But we can't do that because we're limited because of money. Lack of money, lack of resources, we can't do shit. We live in a type of world where money really defines you as a person, which it shouldn't. Money fucks people over, money gets people killed, money causes and starts wars, riots, battles, evil shit. Money causes depression and all that. Money, paper in itself, was not evil. It's the people controlling money that's evil. But still, I feel like money is still evil because, again, like I said before, money has a lot of power to it. It's very dangerous. As much of a blessing and a good thing money could be, it could also be a bad thing because money could so easily be controlled. Money is so easily submissive in a way. You know what I'm saying? Kinda, I guess. Mostly evil in a way, but you get what I'm saying. It's just crazy how people could easily control money, and it's crazy how much of a collective society we're controlled. And I don't have answers with money because like this whole society, this whole matrix we're living in, this whole world is all run by money. Let's be real. We can't just say, okay, fuck it, we're not gonna work. We're against the government. Everyone stops working, then bam, now more chaos is gonna happen. These people, you see these nurses, these dentists, people working in ambulances, people in the military. They need money to keep them going. What happens if they're not getting paid? Or what happens if the system collapses? They're not going to save people's lives like that. They're not. You know what I'm saying? What about access to medicine, all this and that? You can't have access to that now because now all the money's gone. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by like money is, this whole society, this whole world is run by money. And it's not a bad thing either. It's just like, I just feel like we're put in a very weird, fucked up, awkward position. It's where like, yes, money is evil, but at the same time, if we decide to not work or like the money system collapse, we're all fucked in a way, rightfully so. So in a way, it's like I do hope society. Basically, what I'm saying is that like, yes, I disagree. I hate money, but at the same time, I'm aware that it's necessary. Which is, I don't have a problem with that. It's the amount of money we're receiving. It's the people controlling the money that I have an issue with. Why is it that certain people are getting paid more than others? I understand some people do more than others, but still, like, if we're going to live in a money system, at least make it to the point where, like, we're all able to live comfortably. The fact that we don't even have to work as much hours. Use robots and AI to replace us for jobs and keep paying other human beings. Come on, look at all the, I'm sure we have more advanced technology and shit that machines could help us work jobs. And if not, then how the fuck we even end up in this fucking position anyway, to the point where we gotta be slaves to money? Like, how do we even end up in that position? You know, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, what led up to this situation? I'm gonna start studying my history. I gotta learn more about history because, like, I really want to know what led up to this situation. Because we're in a very fucked up situation. It's very unbalanced. And if you're watching this video, I'm not saying quit your job or say fuck money, fuck the government. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm just making you aware of like how much of an imbalance it is. You know what I'm saying? I like money. I like making money. You can help people. Yes, you can save lives. You can help people with money. Money is a great thing too. But it's the thing is, the money system is very imbalanced. That's what I'm trying to get at. Very imbalanced, and it does limit you in a way too. You know, because our government is not giving us enough money to even live, pretty much. Me, I'm a very laid back, very relaxed, chill person. So when I do certain shit, like where I gotta like learn about credit, learn about money, learn how to pay a house, learn how to pay bills, learn how to pay a car, this and that, I get very agitated and fed up and pissed off because it's like, why the fuck am I doing all this shit? Why the fuck money has that much control over me? Why the fuck is money making me have so much worry and anxiety and stress? Fuck, man. Just do all that shit just to fucking survive? Come on, man. There has to be a better system than that, man. And there is. I do believe there are better systems out there. But the problem is, this world is so fucking evil, and our creator, God, doesn't do shit to help us out. The people in power, they're very corrupt and fucking evil. They're fucking us over. And this is why I'm mad at the creator. This is why I'm mad at God. Because God is just allowing this shit to happen. You see people being demonically possessed. You see people committing suicides. You see all these mass shootings, a lot of demonic influence, this and that. And God just sits there and like, damn. Well, hey, let me speed up time so I could somewhat change this world, even though time speeding up is causing a lot of fucking stress and making everything chaotic. Yeah, it's bullshit, man. How the fuck do we even have slaves back then? You know how crazy that is? Back then we had slaves. People used to enslave other human beings. What the fuck? Like, really? Like, they got, like, God is allowing this shit to happen? That's how you know this world's pathetic, man. This shit's weird, bro. I do believe in reincarnation. I don't know why the fuck I decided to reincarnate here. I was probably forced or trapped, or I was probably forced against my free will to incarnate here without my awareness, pretty much. You hear soul contracts, you hear reincarnation traps, you hear demonic possessions, you hear predestined events, you hear about karma, you hear about family bloodlines, you hear about family dysfunctions, dysfunctional families, abuse, trauma, wars, battles, killings, demonic attacks, spiritual attacks, the Jezebel spirit, shadow figures, gray aliens, reptilians, UFOs, UFO abductions, the dark web, the deep web, kidnappings, mass shootings, school shootings, human trafficking, child trafficking, missing children, missing adults, missing teens, world disasters, money corruptions, homelessness, lack of food, lack of water, third world countries, wars, battles, human slaves, enslavement, World War I, World War II, money, paying for everything, paying to live, scams, corrupt school systems, divorces, breakups, bullying, riots, confusion, a lack of self-worth, lack of self-love, feelings of worthlessness, again, trauma, betrayal, lack of trust, lack of integrity, not doing the right thing, not helping other people, not helping this world, Literally, this planet getting destroyed, natural disasters, deaths, afterlives, ancestors, spiritual beings, third realm, fourth realm, fifth realm, the fifth dimension, the fourth dimension, the third dimension, human abductions, alien abductions, UFOs, like I said before, death, graveyards, narcissism. I can't fucking say it. Narcissists, narcissism, sociopaths, psychopaths, collective narcissism, greed, money, competitions, rat races, man. All this shit I mentioned, man, that's going on in this world. It's crazy, right? It's chaotic, huh? I know. Fragile human bodies. Human bodies to where you constantly gotta feed it, bathe it, watch over it. Time speeding up. All this shit, man. All the things I mentioned. It's the type of shit that takes place. A lot of theories. In the afterlife, some people say that their whole lives are being controlled. We don't have free will. Does God control our free will? In the afterlife, is there corruption in the afterlife too? I won't be surprised. If you came from a very dysfunctional family, right? I don't understand why people say, oh, I'm gonna heal, I'm gonna work hard for my ancestors, or I'm gonna make my ancestors proud, or I'm gonna break generational curses from dysfunctional families so I could heal my bloodline, so I could break free from my bloodline, so I could heal my ancestral bloodline. And I'm just like, if I came from a dysfunctional family, and I'm like, man, fuck my ancestors, fuck my bloodline, fuck all of them, fuck all of them in the afterlife, because they're the reasons why I'm being abused. They're the reasons why all family and me are all fucked up and dysfunctional. They're the reasons why we're all in a fucked up situation. So no, fuck my ancestors, fuck my bloodline, fuck them. I don't give a fuck about them. They could kiss my ass. They could go to hell. They don't do shit. You see people getting abused by families and shit, and they want to praise their ancestors, and I'm just like, man, fuck their ancestors, man. They're just watching. They're the ones that caused the family members that's bullying and abusing you currently. They're responsible for that because they lack knowledge on how to fucking raise other family members right. Therefore, they're all abusing you. They're all scapegoating, projecting their bad habits onto you. You know? I'll never reincarnate to a fucking bloodline or to my family if they're the ones abusing me and shit. I will never reincarnate. Fuck them. I'm not gonna save up and be rich and build a lot of money so I can help save them. Fuck that. I'm building wealth for myself. I'm trying to get away from them. I'm trying to get away from my family. I'm trying to get away from these toxic bloodlines, these ancestral bloodlines. I'm trying to get the fuck away from them. That's the goal, pretty much, because they're the ones causing a lot of pain, chaos, and abuse towards you. You know, but that's just a rant. I'm gonna make a part two to what I just talked about with regards to dysfunctional families and bloodlines and this and that. And my thoughts about it. I got all these from the spiritual community and other people experiencing that shit, and I want to make a video on my own analysis on this shit. I feel like what God does also. I feel like what our Creator does also. I feel like this is my opinion. You don't have to believe me. I feel like what God does, God will kind of trick people and like fucking people over and to manipulate other human beings to reincarnate. because I feel like, you know how in this lifetime where we're like, no matter what, there's always gonna be karma. You're always gonna do some bad shit, or like you're always gonna be at bad terms with someone, or there's always gonna be something you wish you had. Like you always, if you live in this world, there's always something you're lacking. It could be multiple things. It could be love, lacking money, lacking resources, lacking friends, lacking experiences, this and that. I feel like God will purposely make a lot of people lack a lot of things, so God could force people and manipulate people and trick people into reincarnating, so they could have the things they didn't have in their past life, so they could have in this lifetime, and in that lifetime they could finally experience what they missed. But God will also take away other things in their next lifetime, so they could keep on reincarnating again. I feel like that's the type of shit God be doing. I feel like God doesn't think I peep that. I really do peep that shit. God will find any type of way to manipulate people into reincarnating, pretty much. You know. So if you're lacking something in this lifetime, be careful, because in afterlife, God could be like, "Hey, since you're lacking this and that, if you decide to reincarnate, you could actually, I'll give you the things you're lacking, and you could experience all the good things you're missing, so you can have a better life experience." He'll say that, but he won't say what you're gonna lack in your next lifetime. So he can force you into reincarnate over and over again. But that's another video topic I'm gonna make about. I'm out. Kind of random video. I hope I didn't freak you out. I'm just speaking my mind. Like, comment, subscribe, dislike, comment. I'm out. Peace.